Hi, this is Kate from Izzalicious Designs, and today I'm finally going to do the tutorial on Miley Cyrus on a wrecking ball. And I did this back in, January, beginning of January, and thought I was being extremely funny with Bad Taste Loom, and then found out that somebody else had done it a week before me, so great minds think alike. So it's taken me a while to get round to doing this. As you can see, I'm using a 3D ball for the wrecking ball, and I have this little star clasp up the top here. So I've actually counted the bands for this one. I don't normally do that. I'm using about 66 of these skin tone bands. I'm using dark brown for the hair and the boots, and they're 26 bands. For the tan, which is on the top here for her highlights on her hair, there's 4 of those, but I'm also using 2 to tie off, so that's 6. And then for the white, I'm using 26 white bands, and the ball itself is about 120, and then the chain is about 20. Alright, we're going to do it on a single loom for the actual figure, but the ball we're going to make on the hook. You can use a loom as well, but I prefer to do it on the hook. So you're going to need 9 of these little chains which you're double banding. I've done 8 here, but I'm going to show you how to do them, and then you'll do it by yourself. 2 ways you can do it: on the hook, which is take a single band and wrap it once and twice and slide onto a pair of bands like this and reclaim the end, and that would be your first pair, and you need to go up 6. So that's the second pair. As you can see, it's just a chain, but I'm double banding it instead of single banding it. That's 1 pair, 2 pair, 3 pair, 4 pair, 5 pair, and 6. Okay, and then I'm keeping them all on a holding hook so I can deal with them all at one time. If you're not comfortable doing it on the hook, you do it on your loom. So you take a pair of bands, and you're wanting 6 pair of bands, remember, so that's the first pair, second pair, third pair, 4th pair, 5th pair, 6th pair, and then your end cap. Wrap it once and twice, slide it on, dig down past the end cap, grab those 2 bands, and you loop up. So it does the exact same result, as you can see. So whichever way you're comfortable doing, but we need to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. So pause the video and let's get cracking, and then restart the video when you've got your 9 ready. When you do have your 9 ready, you're going to take 2 grey bands, and we're going to slide all of these on to those 2 grey bands. Now, I know some of you get a bit nervous that it's going to break or something. I guess you could always, instead of holding it, if you're scared that you're going to break it, put it on the end of a peg like this. And as long as you keep your bands taut so that this doesn't go slack, and then your bands will fall off the end of your hook, you just move these on like that if you're worried that you're going to drop. Pull these up. Push these up. So when the last one is on, you're going to dig down under here and grab the end like that, and the loops that are closest to you go up and over, and you're going to stretch that loop out splay it so that you can put one of those little chains through it like that, and that locks this all into place, okay, like that. Now I'm going to grab a slightly thinner hook and I'm going to push my peg through all of the end caps, which is the three little loops at the end. Alright, you can see how we've got this little ball shape happening. Again, we're going to grab 2 bands, place them on the end of your hook. You can place them on the peg if you prefer. I just do it this way, but at least this way I'm showing you both ways. Make sure we push them all over. Reclaim the end of your band there, up and over, so that you can pull it into a little slip knot. Okay, so this is our little ball. Now I've done this one out of grey bands, and the one that I have her on, sitting on here, is silver bands. Now they are exactly the same size, but this one looks much bigger because they're a thicker, chunkier band. Okay. The only reason I did these in a grey was because I didn't have any more silver. So at the moment these little loops are sticking out to the side and we want them to come through the middle. So push your hook through the middle and grab those 2 bands and pull them up through the centre. Okay, and we can rearrange the ball at a later stage. Now, grabbing single bands at this stage, we're going to slide one through and reclaim the end. And we're going to do that for 10 bands. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so that's the little chain that we're going to make. Now if you want to tie that off before you use a clip, just take a single band and tie it like that. Okay, and in fact, even better than doing that, let me try that one more time, is loop it on itself like that. Slide it through, reclaim the end, take the 2 loops closest to you, up, over and off, and that makes it smaller, and we can attach that then to our clip. Now I'm using these little clips that I found at Joann's. They're rather cute, so that's what I'm going to clip that onto, like that. Now you have to be the judge of your ball, whether you need an extra little chain in there. I'm quite happy with that being as it is. So I'm going to put that to one side, and now we're going to make our little Miley figure. So we're going to use a single loom, and we're going to start by doing the tan parts of her hair. So I'm getting everything out of the way, so I'm changing, getting all my bands ready. So the tan part of her hair, you're going to double band. You're going to take, the loom is facing with the arrows towards you, or the open part of the peg towards you. Double banding, as I said. So let's put 2 and 2 there and there. We are going to need another 2 of those tan bands to tie off with, so I'm just going to put them there and get those bands out the way. Then I'm moving to dark brown bands, and again we're going to be double banding, and we use the dark brown for her boots as well. So we're just going to do that for her hair. And then skin tone, I'm using Rainbow Loom tan colour actually. Not that she is terribly tan, but it's what I have available. Again, double banding. Take a single band and stretch it over these 3 pegs here so that it's a crossover band. And then for the eyes, we're going to take a single band and twist it once, twice and 3 times and place here. For the eyes, I'm using the mini pony beads in black, and I'm just going to thread them onto my band. You can use black bands if you like, or whatever colour bands you want to use, or different size beads. It's completely up to you. They're going to go here, and you're going to lift the top part of that band up and over this peg. I'm using 3 bands for her neck. And then back to 2 for shoulders. And then we're going to use some white for her bikini. Well, I shouldn't say bikini, she's in underwear, isn't she? Tighty whities and a singlet. I don't think you guys call them singlets. What do you call them? And back to flesh tone. And I'm actually going to do 2 flesh tone here, and then we've got white and white and white, back to flesh tone, and then we do white from here to here, and from here to here. An end cap, single band, wrap it around your hook twice and let it go flying off. Oh my goodness, come on Kate, it's an end cap, you can do it. There we go. Alright, let's do some legs. I hate it when the bands curl up on themselves. Drives me bonkers. Okay, so we're going to do some boots. They're the dark brown. And then taking 2, place your hook through, wrap once and twice, and slide onto another 2, and reclaim the end of your bands. Do the same again, 2, wrap once and twice, slide onto another 2. Now before we reclaim these bands, we're going to take the first set that we made and lift these 2 loops over and onto those bands, switch places on the hook, and move the other 2 bands over, and then reclaim our bands, angle the foot and place it on the bottom of the leg. Let's do the same for the other side. 2 bands, wrap once and twice, slide onto 2 bands, and reclaim the end. 2 bands, wrap once and twice, and slide on. Move over, swap places, and move over, and reclaim the end of your bands and pop the boot on here, just like that. So now let's make her arms. Take a single flesh tone band, wrap it once and twice, and we'll slide that onto 5 pair of flesh tone bands, not 5 pair at the same time. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And let's pop that on her shoulder just here and push that down. Let's do the other side. Single band, wrap it once and twice, slide onto a pair, another pair, it's our 3rd pair, our 4th pair, and our 5th pair, and we will pop that on her other shoulder just here. Now we do need to do crossover bands, so over here we're going to take a single white band and place it over these 3 pegs like that. Then we're going to do skin tone, stretch it, figure 8, loop it on itself, and we'll place it over these 3. Same up here, stretch it, figure 8, loop it on itself, and it goes over these 3. And then a white one, not looped on itself, just goes here. Alright, I think it's time for us to loop this baby up. Dig down, find the 2 brown bands. Oh, that's nice, one's going to break on us. Let's replace that. Thankfully, that's right at the very beginning. So really not much of a problem at all. I'm going to take the shoe off so I can get that band out and replace it with another and put the shoe back on. Let's try that again. Dig down, find the 2 brown bands and loop up. We'll do that the same on the other side. There's one, let's find the other one. There it is. Okay, we're going to loop this up. Now, if you want the underwear to go on top of the legs, you would loop this one first, okay, like I've just done here. If you want, I'm just going to hold that with my hands first, the underwear to be on the inside, loop the underwear first and then put the skin tone on top, and that sort of gives it a high leg effect, if anything. Take that off and dig down, find those 2 top white bands, loop across and put your skin tone on Alright, so it's up to you. Either way works. You're pushing the end caps back with your hook so that you can expose those two bottom bands. Now, here we need an end cap. And the reason I'm putting an end cap here is because without one, when we do this middle part of her bikini, it stretches and makes it look like she's got a great big hole in her heart. So let's do that. Loop up and loop up. So dig under the end cap and find the two top. I've got 3 there. I don't want to do that. Let's try that again. Down past the end cap. Of course it's going to be tricky now. Okay, down past the end cap, grab the 2 bands and loop them all the way up. Down, past the end cap, grab the 2 bands, come on you 2, and loop up. Grab these ones and loop up, and these ones and loop up. Now don't forget, past the end cap, grab the 2 white and loop up. Now let's do the shoulders to the neck. Oh, it's going to be a tight one. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. There we go. And this side. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Now that doesn't look too good. There's a band there that's getting stuck. It's tight. I'm going to put my hook around the outside of the peg and it loosens that up. Dig down, find the 3 for her neck. I've got 2. Let's find that 3rd one. There it is. Alright, we're on the hair and the face. So dig down, loop to the side, and to the side you're taking the top 2, and then this middle one goes up, up, these 2 tan ones go to the middle. They're her highlights, aren't they? Alright, we need 2 tan bands to tie this off. Dig your hook down and out through that peg. Attach your bands and pull through and up to the back side of that peg. Up, over and off, and pull tight. We're ready to take her off the loom. I use the back of a hook, a metal hook, to help me. I just find it puts less stress on the bands. Okay, stretch her out a bit. With these bands that we tied off here, we're going to grab our hook, go through some of the bands at the back of her head, grab those tie-off bands and pull them through to the back here. And you don't want to pull them so tight that you're going to distort the shape of her head, which is sort of what I'm doing at the moment. So stretch it back up a bit like that, and then again just gently tuck them behind existing bands that are looped, and there we go. So here is our little Miley figure, and we want her to be sitting on her wrecking ball. So what we're going to do is use a brown band to attach her legs together so that it looks like she's gripping them. and you're just going to put your hook through the top part of her boot and drag the single brown band through and figure 8, tie it into slip knot. Don't pull it too tight, because all you're going to do is splay that open and put her foot through like that. Okay, and it's really just so that you you can stop her from falling off, I guess. And the other thing that we're going to do is put our hook through the end cap here, okay, and we're going to stretch that like this, and I'm popping my little clip through. Now, you don't have to use a funky clip like that, you can use whatever clip you like, it doesn't really matter, and just have her so she's grasping the chain of the wrecking ball. And there we have Miley on her wrecking ball. Hope you enjoy making her. Take care.